Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Kindly get comfortable because this is going to be a long video. Why? Because I have done numerous research on it so that I can give you and me an updated version on how to search for a job. Here we go. Hello, for those who don't know me, my name is Nina Kieti, and I'm currently looking to make a career change. For you, you might be looking to work at a different job, or maybe you just recently graduated, or just like me, you decided, well, let me pursue a different path. I decided, in January to start looking for a job in order to align my career with my academic achievement while trying to find a more fulfilling role and advance myself in my career, though where I am currently, or even maybe relocate to a new city, who knows. Having received numerous rejection in 2023, I don't think in my entire 20 years of career, I've received as many rejections as I have right now. I remembered why I started this YouTube channel, so that I can help you help me. And therefore today, I intend to outline steps I have decided to take from September 2023 to kickstart my job search by going back to the beginning. You remember, back to the basic? Yes, I did this over 20 years ago, so I really had to refresh my mind. And I'm pretty much excited about it because not only did I know some of the things, but at least I was able to get some of the things that maybe I've been trying to avoid, but currently are critical. If you see me looking down or turning my head, that's because I'm reviewing my notes because, like I said, this is a very long video and I could clearly not remember everything that I researched because I had to take my research scholar skills and just do this justice like I was doing my thesis. Anyway, here we go. Step 1 in how to search for a job: self-assessment. According to Tufts University, understanding your own skills, interests, values, and personality is the first step towards choosing a career path. Like, what do you enjoy? What are you good at? And what do you value most in life or work environment? It is quite critical before you embark or explore possible career. Remember, your environment will determine your mood, and you don't want to be somewhere or in a career that you have to be for the next 8 to 12 hours, depending on your shift, whereby you're miserable, the ethos is off, and it's making you sick, like the latest Gallup study showed that 72%, imagine, of the world populations are in Korea that are making them sick. That is a bill you don't want. So before you embark on this journey, evaluate yourself. What do you like? If I had done this like when I was starting my undergraduate, I wouldn't be where I am today. But I'm grateful because I was able to learn, and my careers are intertwined. So it's easy for me to move even in my 40s. But you might not be lucky. So please start a self-assessment. And for me, this first step in my journey meant that I need to understand the skills, the interests, and the values that I identify with. And with that, apply for the jobs and industry that align with my goals. I don't want just to work for any job. I don't want to just apply for any career. You get it? Because, as I said, your environment, and that is something I've learned for the past 20 years, really matter because you want to be happy and fulfilled. So go and find out, and I really know what I enjoy doing and what I'm good at, and just go and pursue that. Step number 2, define your goals. Just like your personal goals, you have to be clear about your work goals. Better Up has a very, very good article that was written by Erin and Tang, PhD, on how to set goals and achieve them, 10 strategies for success that emphasize on having SMART goals. It's not only define what goals is, what is not, how to go away with goals, but it's something that I would really encourage you to read. But I have decided to summarize the SMART way of defining goals. And here we go. So the first one in the S, which is specify. You have to be specific about what you want. There is nothing bad in life in setting up vague goals and then you end up achieving nothing. 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you will regret that decision of not being specific. So please be specific. Once you're specific, we go to the M, which is measurable. And it is important to be able to measure the success or completion of your job search goal. Once you get that job, you're going to take a checklist, be it a week, be it a month, be it 6 months, be it 1 year. Did you achieve your goals? This will enable you to keep on track. You don't want to wake up one day, 5 years and go, oh, I should have, I could have. No, that's why I'm telling you this. Make sure that your goal, the A, is attainable. Land within you reach. I know. I always say, yes, you can achieve anything, but this is where I call having baby step. Lean on data. Have analytics and research on how to achieve this goal. If the metric says that your goal is not attainable at this particular moment, well, listen to it and go for that which. I'm not saying settle. Please do not settle. Just make sure your goal is unattainable. The other thing, very important about your work goal, ensure that it is relevant. You want a goal that is something that you aim for. You don't want something that you will come again, like I said, and go like, oh, I'm becoming sick. Oh, yeah, you've seen all those work memes, whereby today I was watching one on Instagram. This lady was like, oh, come on, spirit, and somebody on top I said how I prepare to go to work every morning. No, you don't want that. So please make sure that it is relevant, it is essential for you. Finally, and not the least, but it's very important, your goal has to be time related. If you do not set a deadline, you will be doing it for the next 2 years, and you will be coming here and say, hey, Ngena, I have been searching for a job in vain, and then I have not achieved a job after 100 years. And later below, I will tell you the figure of how many it takes, how many applications on average it takes to get a job. Yeah. So set a timeline. 1 month down the line, this is what I want to achieve with my goal search. 6 months down the line, this is where I want to be. If this is not working, move to something else. WC Field said, you can try and try again, but at the end of the day, you don't have to be a fool about it, because if you want different result, do something different. So time is what tells us, did I achieve it? Did I not achieve it? Do I need to go another part? Do I need not to go another part? With this, for my goal is that once I have a sense of my strength and interest, I will define my job search. This includes specifying what type of job I want, any location preferences, any industry preferences, setting clear goals. Again, when you go to an application, you don't want a hiring manager, especially if you're doing internal jobs like me, to see that you applied for any job. They need to see that career path. So imagine sending application to the same company, and here you are applying for sales, applying for secretarial, applying for HR, applying for IT, applying for finance, you might be a recent graduate with all these things, but you need to set a career path. Which one do you want to be in HR? Do you want to be in finance? So that's what I do. I don't mingo apply not just because of the money. I love money. You all know I love money. But at the end of the day, I have to have specific SMART goals. Step number 3, create. Or if you are a lecturer like me, update your resume. A great resume grabs the attention of the employers and the recruiter. An excellent resume has the power to open doors for you. Your resume or curriculum vitae describes your qualification and what makes you unique. You have to stand out among other applicants. So you need to create a curriculum vitae or resume that markets your strengths and matches for your job. There are 3 types of curriculum vitae resume. The first one is the boring one, the one which is so boring. But why do we don't even put a bullet? We don't even put a line. Why? Because it is the one which you'll use to go to the career website of the company and upload it. Then once you upload it, the aim is for the applicant tracking system, in short, ATS, to be able to track as many keywords as possible and get you a score of 80%. I know market says 60, but we are people who admire, so I will give 80. In fact, I don't even know why I lowered it from my 90, but anyway, let's stick to the 80%. So that the hiring manager has a chance of viewing your CV. You can apply for a job, you can answer the question correctly, you can pass through that initial process. But if the ATAS system scores you less than what the recruiter or the applicant manager wants, trust you me, they will not look at your CV. So get the boring one. I know we are tempted, oh, I want it to look this, so that is appealing. You want to score higher. You score higher, the higher your score, the more they will look at your paper, because they'll be like, it's boring, yes, but what makes this candidate ticks out? Imagine if you scored 100. The other one is where all our creativity comes in. Get everything. Decorate that CV as much as you want. Why? Because it's the one that you email to your networks, the one that you email to hiring managers, the one that you email to your friends, and you tell them, this, I'm looking for a job. Can you help me find for a job? So you need to grab the attention within the first 5 seconds, 1 second best. Okay. The last one is the resume. Your friend came and told you that there is that busy manager and they want to go and give him your paper. Don't give him a 3-page paper. Give him a 1-page paper. Summary. What are you good at? What are your education qualifications if it can fit in that page? Most importantly, what are you bringing to this company? References and all, they can always ask that later. You'll give them. Your age, please don't put it down in your resume. That is the factor of kicking you out. If you need to get a professional help for this one, go for it. It will be a really, really good investment. So for me, I've done it, and I always make sure that my CVs and resumes is updated every 6 months. Again, the background. Why? Because for me, I try to match my resume and or my CV with the job application. No, I'm not saying you lie. All I'm saying is that that job which I did 20 years ago when I started would not be relevant for this job. I have applied for a job that my 15 years application is more relevant than my current job. So I will concentrate with that job and that experience, because this is what this job description demands, as opposed to what I'm currently doing, because it is quite irrelevant. Get the difference? Anyway, I create my CVs again to showcase my skills and experience, because this document is critical for making the first impression to potential employer. As I said, I highlight my achievement, use action verbs, and tailor my CV for every application. So list down, I have over 20 years experience, and trust me, if I was to list it down in my curriculum vitae, I will come out there with 10 pages. So I don't need for them to know that. What is operational? What is my personal achievement? What is innovational? What is environmental? You might think it is not relevant, but how are you contributing towards environment conservation in your job? How are you applying data policy? My job involves a lot of data policy. Do I really go around releasing information for employees that to unnecessary people? Ask my colleague, they'll tell you. I am very strict when it comes to data policy. Next, number 4, you need to build and update your LinkedIn profile. I cannot emphasize enough. You do it on your Facebook, you do it on your X profile. Again, I'll mention why it is important, but LinkedIn is one of the world's largest professional network platform we have at the moment. If there's any other, please update me in the comments below. Anyway, you can use your LinkedIn to find the right job, or if you're a recent graduate, an internship, connect and strengthen professional relationship, and learn the skills you need to succeed in your career. I remember about 5 years ago reading an article about this guy who said, I do not just add connection, I add people who will help me with my career path. That applies to the same way I follow. So just because you receive every connection, just ask yourself one question: is it promoting me? For me, I'm very generous. I add everybody. But I'm beginning to realize that advice should have been better. So I need to do some cleanup. Yes, it will reduce the number of my followers and the number of people follow. But at the end of the day, you, like I said, you want to get the correct people. And yes, add people, add them. Because these people will post jobs for their companies, and that's where you will get that job. So how do I go about this one on my LinkedIn profile? I will ensure my profile is complete. My profile is complete. My picture is a professional one and showcase my skills and experience. Just like my curriculum vitae, which gets updated every 6 months. Yes, I always make sure I have a skill. I know a lot of you say, yeah, you take on a lot of things. This is why. My LinkedIn also gets updated every 6 months. Now, it's a similar thing, networking. And honestly, you don't know where you will network. Let me give you a current example that I have right now. My Tinder match. Everybody, I'm like, yes. My Tinder match are currently on a discussion. And it was started because of AI technology. So because he works with data analysis, and I was like, hey, how do you expect to survive AI technology? Because why would I need you to analyze data when there is a tool that can do that for me perfectly? So it became a very interesting discussion. But currently, we are in that place where we are concluding that in the job market, honestly, it is never about the education and experience, especially the current one, 2023, where we have this inflation and recession market and shrinking job size. I'm not saying AI will take your jobs. Research has shown that AI will take only 2 million jobs, but will create 92 million ones. So you need that skills to run. But the most important element in getting a job is networking. Think about it. How many people do you know at the top who do not have the education or experience? And you end up training them. Why? Networking. Interacting with people, you keep a pulse on the job market, stay in touch with current trends, meet prospective hiring managers, meet prospective mentors. And besides, it helps in improving your skill set, gives you resources that are necessary to foster your career development. So, as I went for training last year, they called it job sponsor. If you do not have somebody in the marketplace who can 100% say, Gina is able to do this and that in that organization, chances of you getting this job, my dear, especially if it's a lucrative one, are zero. That's why you need LinkedIn. Make those connections, get that mentor from that organization. They will speak to that hiring manager and say, hey, you know what, this person, I've been speaking with them and I totally believe their skills are like this and like that. Anyway, for me, I intend to expand my job opportunities. From now henceforth, I will actively network. I am about to move, but people. I know you say walk in silence. This one, I am walking with a trumpet voice. So this will involve reaching out to my connection. If you're on LinkedIn, here I come. Attending industry events. I know there are not a lot where I am, but because of Zoom, I know I can get plenty. So I no longer have excuse. Through this, I will build strong professional networks that can lead to job referral and insights. Number 6, job search platform. Not only that job search platform enable you connect with and reach out to potential hiring manager. Yeah, I'm not talking about hiring manager, because that is the person who decides. But companies also use this platform to discover you as a top candidate. 3-4 years ago, Snapchat, that small, whatever, I'm not in it. Keep on telling myself I'm too old, but after I read this article, it made me think twice. Somebody was hired by a top company because the marketing manager was so impressed with their short video. He was like, if this person is this creative with this short video, imagine what they can do with the logo. See where I'm going? Therefore, sign up for platforms like Indeed.com, Monster, and even if you're old-fashioned like my Facebook and X. Why? That's where you get these hiring managers, and they will be enable you figure out the current jobs, because when our hiring managers will be like, oh, I am looking for this. They may post it on LinkedIn, but they could also post it on their X profile or on their Facebook profile, okay? But the other thing is that you're letting your entire friend network know that you're looking for a job. Now, for platforms like X and Facebook, this is my personal recommendation. I do not know about you. Please keep your settings private. You don't want, like I saw last week, somebody got a job and immediately the offer was withdrawn. And when they asked why, they were told, oh, there's something on your social media platform that we do not agree with it. Turns out like 3-4 years, 5 ago, she went for this photo shoot. And now the manager is like, if I could access this photo shoot, who else can access it? So keep it private. So for me, what will I do? I will use various job search platforms, company websites, and search engine to look up for job opening position. I will also set up alerts to update me on new job opening in my desired field. I only do that currently with LinkedIn, but now I am going to do it with all of them. Number 7, the final one, is application tracking. Knowing how to organize your job search can help you keep track of opportunity and maximize your chances of finding a job. Now, I'll tell you this, it is estimated that on average, it takes 21 to 80 jobs application to secure one job. I need to stop complaining to my less than 21. So through job application or tracking of it, it helps you do these things. Avoid confusion. You keep track of the deadline so it avoids delay. Most importantly, you do not end up applying for the same job twice. So this is where your Excel, your PowerPoint, your metric skills all come into play. Track that thing so that you have a checklist to check. Did I send an application to Singapore Airlines for this position? What was the outcome? So that you don't waste your time sending a job that you were rejected again and again and again. The outcome will be the same. So what do I intend to do? Keep track of my job application and stay organized. I have to admit, this is something that I've not been doing, so it might have resulted to me applying multiple jobs. And I intend to have a recording or an Excel sheet where I track applications that I applied, the submission date, and any follow-up that is needed. This way I know, oh, this one I applied 2 weeks ago, I attended interview, now it's time to contact the hiring manager and ask them what to do. Notice there's one thing I have not talked about, and that is how to prepare for an interview, because that is our next topic. So, in conclusion, starting a job search is a systematic process that begins with self-assessment and goals setting. By following the above steps, surely I am confident that I can navigate the job market effectively and find the opportunity for my right career. And I'm hoping the same for you. I will stay persistent and adapt my approach as needed to achieve my goal. Remember, this is for September 2023. So after 3 months, how will the market change? So I will review these steps again in January if I have not yet received a job. But I highly doubt. We are what we believe. Anyway, remember that a job search can be time-consuming process. So stay patient and adapt your strategy as you go. And please never ever be discouraged by the setback that you experience, the rejection, the no reply, the whatever. It's okay. We have our organizer. We know the people who reply to us and the people who, if they don't reply to you and you want to go to the environment. Anyway, with dedication and well-organized plan, you will increase your chances of finding a job that suits your aspiration. For me, I wish you all the best of luck. And if you have any question, please drop them below. I will answer them as soon as possible. And if you have any more tips, please kindly share with them. We can all benefit with it. Thank you and have a fantastic weekend and a fabulous next week. Bye. Bye.